Having gone through this process, what advice could you give Colin when taking on this project?
Colin doesn't need my advice. He's gonna kill it. But I will say that he is going to be spoiled by this remarkable cast and incredible crew, and I'm jealous that he gets to work with them because they're terrific, all of them.
On the floor, they've displayed Captain Phasma's armor. It's so cool looking.
Is that cool?
Anything you can say about that character? And
Oh my God! I
brings to it?
can only say that Gwendolyn Christie is my favorite. She just killed it, and you think, well, what? It's wearing a costume, and but it's a lot to wear, and to have a performance when you're wearing that, it requires a different kind of skill set and an additional sort of talent. And she's got it, and it's an incredible thing to work with her, and I am glad that a character has been designed that is visually as stunning as that is, because she deserves it, and the fans do too. When I first saw that design, my mind was blown. It looks so undeniable.
I think to look at those costumes on the floor and just get a taste of, everybody wants the practical. Can you talk about working with those practical elements on set and the magic and life that kind of brings?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's Star Wars, and there are going to be thousands of CG shots in this movie. But it was really important to us that wherever it didn't need to be, it wasn't. And it's incredible how much gets sort of pushed off to sort of solve later. We'll shoot it on blue and we'll figure it out later. We'll shoot it on green and we'll sort of figure it out, we'll make the set later. It was really important that for a sense of authenticity, that the sets be built, exterior, interior, that we go to real locations, that we're actually, in the sun. I know it sounds silly, but in the behind the scenes reel, you see this giant gimbal of the Millennium Falcon cockpit, and it was outdoors, and the reason we did it, we didn't have to do that, but the reason we really wanted to was you just can't fake sunlight. And you can do a pretty good, imitation, but you can just tell. And there was something about wanting to see Daisy's character actually sitting in the cockpit with sunlight, streaking across in motion. And it's a little detail, and I'm not sure anyone's going to really care about that, but it's an incredible thing when you see it, just how much better it looks, because it's real. So we just tried to do that as much as we could, and it was often challenging, but it was worth it.
One of my favorite things that I heard is that everybody was hugging Chewbacca on set like 4-year-olds to the point where the fur had to be replaced several times. Can you talk to me a little bit about
Well,
that?
there were these amazing people in the costume department who were sitting and punching in the hair, and they literally take a needle that has sort of the round part cut off and using it to punch in one hair at a time, and they sit there for weeks at a time to finish the arm, to finish part of the, and it's an incredibly time-consuming job, and it seems like a thankless job, but I kept trying to thank them because they were doing such an amazing job. You can't deny Chewbacca, so people were just constantly, whoever would sort of visit the set or be there, even some extras who were just like, before the day was over, they would kind of go over and embrace Chewbacca. It was an ongoing thing, and one of the casualties was patches of hair on the suit, but I thought that was a good thing.